Hello, I'm Antonio Mora, and this is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 3 minutes. It's Thursday, May 24th at 6:30 p.m. In my 3 decades as a journalist, I have never seen anything like the constant onslaught of news from the Trump administration. Most important on Thursday was the announcement from the White House that the planned summit with North Korea had been canceled. No great surprise, because the rhetoric from Kim Jong-un's regime had turned increasingly hostile. The odds of a successful summit didn't exactly seem high when the other side is threatening a nuclear showdown, repeatedly calling your vice president a dummy, and insulting your national security advisor as repugnant. The White House made the announcement by releasing a surprisingly gentle but still firm letter from Trump to Kim, leaving the door open to meet some other time. The letter is likely a strategic move to push the North Koreans to act like adults and come to the negotiating table seriously. Skeptics will argue that it's simply not in the hermit kingdom's nature. For the sake of world peace, I hope they're wrong. In other news, Trump calls it Spygate. Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff calls it Liegate. The Department of Justice held 2 high-level briefings today on the investigation into the Trump campaign's contacts with Russia. Guess what? The sides are just as polarized as they were before the briefings. Never the twain shall meet. Investigators confirmed that it was a Russian missile that shot down the Malaysian Airlines plane over Ukraine, killing almost 300 people 4 years ago. The Russians, again, denied it. Secretary of State Pompeo testified that an incident in China involving a U.S. consulate official is entirely consistent with the so-called Cuban Sonic attacks. Harvey Weinstein is reportedly set to turn himself into authorities on Friday, and Morgan Freeman apologized after being accused of sexual harassment by 8 women. In our alternate universes segment, The Great Divide Between Liberal and Conservative Media, the divide wasn't too wide when it came to Trump's decision to cancel the summit with North Korea. However, the divide was unbridgeable on cable news before that decision was announced. At 9 a.m., Fox led with the demolition of the nuclear site and other North Korean developments, while CNN and MSNBC focused on the back and forth over the intelligence briefings and Trump misrepresenting what the former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, has said about alleged spying on the Trump campaign. Fox did turn to those topics later, using a fiery Corey Lewandowski defending Trump. On Fox, Trump's misrepresentations were never mentioned. At one point, MSNBC's Stephanie Ruhle blurted out, "We live in a clickbait world." She's right, but wouldn't it be nice if the cable news folks recognize that they're complicit by hyping partisan stories constantly for ratings? Finally, if you like history, go to our human interest section and click on the story about JFK. It has to be read to be believed. You can find all those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you'll find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video. And please follow me on Twitter at @AMoraTV. I'll see you again tomorrow.